Welcome to Science Easy Tech channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about biomedical waste management. This video will be useful for Bsc Nursing students in the subject Nursing Foundations as well as Microbiology. Before moving on to the topic, if you are new to Science Easy Tech channel, just take a moment to subscribe our channel and also to press the notification bell icon in order to get connected with our latest updates. Let's move on to the topic. Biomedical waste management or biomedical waste. What is called as biomedical waste? It is otherwise called as hospital waste, which is defined as any kind of waste containing infectious or hazardous material. Either it can be infectious or it can be lead to potentially infectious materials. It may also include waste associated with generation of biomedical waste that visually appears to be medical or laboratory origin. So the waste which we are getting from either medical or laboratory origin, which is tend to be infectious or it can lead to infectious, that is potentially harmful or infectious. Example: packaging, unused bandages, infusion kits, etc., as well as research laboratory waste which contains biomolecules or organisms that are mainly restricted for environmental release. Biomedical waste is a type of bio-waste. Biomedical waste can be either solid waste or liquid waste. Biomedical waste is generated from biological and medical sources and activities such as the diagnosis, prevention or treatment of diseases. So biomedical waste is generated from biological or medical sources and activities such as the result of diagnosis, prevention or treatment of diseases. Any waste which is generated during the diagnosis, treatment or immunization of human beings or animals or in research activities pertaining thereto or in the production of testing of biological substances. So during the diagnosis or during the treatment or preparing immunization or giving immunization to human beings or animals, such type of waste which has been generated as a result of these activities are considered to be biohazardous waste. So types of biomedical waste we will see one by one. So there are so many types of biomedical waste. Under that, first comes the infectious waste. This infectious waste are suspected to contain pathogens like either bacteria, virus, parasites, fungi, etc. Okay, in sufficient quantity which can produce a disease to the host or any human beings. So this category includes cultures and stocks of infectious agents from laboratory personnel work and waste from surgery on patients with infectious diseases like hepatitis B, C, AIDS, like that and all. Then infected animals from laboratories. So pathological waste. So first we have seen infectious waste. Next comes the pathological waste. It consists of tissues, organs, body parts, human fetuses and animal carcasses, blood and body fluids. So it consists of tissues, organs, body parts, human fetus and animal carcasses, blood and body fluids. Next we will see the shops. So these shops, we know that syringes, needles, scalpel blades, knives, infusion sets, saws, broken glasses and nails all comes under infectious sharps waste. So which can lead to puncture to the person who is using it. Next comes the pharmaceutical waste. So in pharmaceutical waste, it includes cytotoxic drugs which has been given for chemotherapy like that and all, and unused drugs, expired drugs, contaminated drugs, pharmaceutical products, vaccines and sera comes under pharmaceutical waste. Next we will see the genotoxic waste. Genotoxic waste is highly biohazardous and it can lead to mutation in genes it is teratogenic, that is it can lead to deformities in the child, in the pregnant mother. It can cause harmful teratogenic effects to the developing fetus, or carcinogenic means cancer producing. So it raises serious safety problems both inside the hospital and after disposal, and should be given special attention when you are disposing this cytotoxic genotoxic waste. So it includes certain cytotoxic drugs like which can lead to vomiting. Patients who are taking this drugs vomit, urine, feces from patients potentially treated with cytotoxic drugs. The chemicals and the radiation materials all comes under genotoxic waste. So which has very harmful mutation effects, carcinogenic cancer producing effects, and teratogenic effects to the fetus. Next is chemical waste. So it contains discarded solid, liquid or gaseous chemicals. Chemical waste may be hazardous or non-hazardous. It is considered to be hazardous if it has at least one of the following properties: toxic corrosives, acids or pH which is less than 2, and bases of pH which is more than 12. So pH less than 2, that is acids, toxic corrosive agents, and alkaline agents which are more than, the pH is more than 12. So flammable and reactive genotoxic materials. So chemicals also can lead to biohazardous waste, comes under biohazardous waste. And waste with high content of heavy metals. So heavy metals like lead, arsenic, all these are heavy metals. So it represents a subcategory of hazardous chemical waste and is usually highly toxic, like for example batteries, broken thermometers, in that mercury which is very toxic. That's why when we are using oral thermometer also, we will tell the patient not to buy the thing because this mercury is injurious. Okay, next blood pressure gauges. So next is pressurized containers. Many type of gases are used in healthcare and are often stored in pressurized containers. For example, oxygen cylinders like that and all. No? So cartridges and aerosol cans. Most common gases used in healthcare includes your oxygen, anesthetic gases, ethylene oxide and compressed air. Next is radioactive waste. It includes the X-rays. Okay, so your gamma rays, beta rays, alpha particles, beta particles, all can cause radioactive emission substances. The alpha particles are heavy, positively charged and include protons and neutrons. They have low penetration power and are hazardous to humans, mostly when inhaled or ingested. You have when inhaled or ingested, this alpha particles can cause damage to our body. Beta particles are negatively or positively charged electrons with significant ability to penetrate the human skin. So they affect the health through ionization of intracellular proteins. So more than alpha particles, these beta particles are more hazardous. And gamma radiation or electromagnetic radiation, again it is similar to X-rays and have shorter wavelength. They also have high penetrating power and it is also highly hazardous. So next is sources of biomedical waste. So from where and all, you will be getting from hospitals, of course, it's well known. Next is, that's why the name itself is called as hospital waste or biomedical waste. Next, nursing homes, veterinary hospitals, okay, that is hospitals for animals, clinics on general practitioners, dispensaries, blood banks and animal houses and research institutes. So these are the sources of biomedical waste. I repeat, hospitals, nursing homes, veterinary hospitals, clinics and general practitioners, dispensaries, blood banks, animal houses and research institute. So next we will see what are all the other sources from household, then industries, education institutes and research centers, blood banks and healthcare establishments. So we will see one by one households. So the domestic sector generates biomedical waste to extent which is less than above 0.5% of the total waste generated in household. So the type of biomedical waste generated in a household are either it can be syringes, cotton swabs, discarded medicines, bandages, plaster, sanitary napkins, diapers, etc. Whereas in industries, education institutions, research centers, again they also generate biomedical waste in substantial quantities. The type of waste generated from an animal house is typically animal tissue, body parts, animal organs, carcasses or dead bodies of animals, then body fluids, blood, etc. of experimental animals. So next, from blood banks and clinical laboratories. Blood banks and laboratories generate most of the categories of biomedical waste. Healthcare establishment, the sources of biomedical waste generated in healthcare settings. Okay, so effects of biomedical waste. So under effects of biomedical waste, this biomedical waste causes serious pollution, environmental pollution in terms of either air pollution, water pollution and land pollution. So first we will see one by one, that is air pollution. Air pollution can be caused in both indoor and outdoor. Biomedical waste that generate air pollution is of three types. One is biological waste, chemical and radioactive waste, so which can lead to air pollution. So indoor air pollution, hospital acquired infections, that is otherwise called as nosocomial infections. So here it is caused due to poor ventilation, the patient's carpet, furniture, equipments used in rooms and use of chemical disinfectants, fumigants, etc. Whereas outdoor air pollution, so outdoor air pollution can be caused by air pathogens when waste without pre-treatment. So you have to pre-treatment. For example, for a tuberculosis patient, you will be giving sputum cup which is filled with Dettol solution or Savlon solution, like that. Any disinfectant solution you will be using. Why? Because the sputum they are spitting in that cup means that sputum will get disinfected by means of this thing. So suppose if you are going to dispose the hazardous material without any pre-treatment, that the particles, the infectious agents can circulate in the air, and that can lead to outdoor air pollution. So when waste without pre-treatment is being transported outside the institution, or if it is dumped openly, pathogens can enter the atmosphere. That is either it can enter into the drinking water, it can enter into the foodstuff, or it can enter into the soil, etc. So next, moving on to water pollution. Biomedical waste can cause water pollution if the hospital waste is dumped in low-lying areas or into lakes, and water bodies can cause severe water pollution. So when your treatment or disposal option can also cause water pollution. So water pollution can either be caused due to biological, chemical or radioactive substances. So biological substances you can lead to water pollution, or chemical hazardous substances can lead to water pollution, or sometimes radioactive materials also you can dispose in water, means it can cause in water pollution. Next is land pollution. So open dumping of biomedical waste is the greatest cause of land pollution. Soil pollution from biomedical waste is caused due to infectious waste, discarded medicines, chemicals, etc. in the land. So heavy metals such as cadmium, lead, mercury, etc. which are present in the waste will get absorbed by plants and can then enter into the food chain. So if the soil is going to get polluted, if the plants which are going in that area, again that plant is going to absorb all these hardest metals or heavy metals, and in turn if it enters the same plant, if you are going to consume, and that indirectly that metals are going to enter into your body. So in this way it can affect the land pollution. So next we will see methods of disposal of hospital biomedical waste and their segregation. So what are all the categories of waste, type of waste, and what are all the treatment options, we will see one by one. First we will see category 1. So under category 1, hospital animal waste, that is human tissues, organs or body parts. So here the best thing is incineration, that is heating it or deep burial. You have to take a deep pit and you have to bury it. Next is category number 2, that is animal waste, animal tissues, organs, body parts, carcasses of animals, bleeding parts, fluid, blood and experimental animals used in research, waste generated by veterinary hospitals and colleges, discharged from hospital. So all same thing, you can do incineration or deep burial. Next is category 3, microbiology and biotechnology waste, waste from laboratory cultures, stocks or specimens of live microorganisms, human and animal cell cultures used in research, and infectious agents from research and industrial laboratories, waste from production of biological toxins and devices used for transfer of cultures. So here local autoclaving, microwaving, incineration. So you can either use local treatment, or you can go for autoclaving or microwaving, or you can go in for incineration. Next we will move on to category 4. So under category 4, waste shops, that is needles, syringes, scalpels, blades, glasses, etc. So puncture things. So all these can be disinfected, chemical treatment, or you can use microwaving and shredding. Then category number 5. Under category number 5, discarded medicines and cytotoxic drugs. So waste comprising of outdated, contaminated and discarded medicines. Again you can go in for incineration, or you can bury the drugs in landfills. Next is category number 6, solid waste, items contaminated with body fluids including cotton, dressings, fluid, plaster, gas, then IV lines, bedding and other materials contaminated with blood. So under that you can go in for incineration or microwaving. Next is category 7, solid waste, waste generated from disposal items other than the waste shops such as tubing, catheters, intravenous sets, etc. So here disinfecting by chemical treatment, autoclaving, microwaving and mutilation and shredding. Next is category number 8, that is liquid waste, waste generated from the laboratory and washing, cleaning, housekeeping and disinfecting activities. So disinfecting by chemical treatment and discarding it in drains. Category number 9, incineration ash, ash from the incineration of any biochemical waste. So here disposal in municipal landfills. Category number 10, chemical waste, chemicals used in production of biological chemicals used in disinfecting as insecticides, etc. So chemical treatment and discharge into drains for liquids and secured landfills for solids. So these are all the different types of waste and different modes of treatment we have seen. Next we will move on to steps of waste management. So how you have to do. So first is you have to, step 1 is segregation, next step is you have to collect and storage it, and third step is transportation, and finally fourth step is treatment and disposal. So the first step is segregation, second step is collection of and storage, third step is transportation, and fourth step is treatment and disposal. Next we will see the color coding and type of container for disposal of biomedical waste. Yellow type of container, plastic bag. So here waste category, category 1, category 2, category 3 and category 6. Already we have seen many categories, no? Under that category 1, 2, 3 and 6 comes under yellow category. Treatment options, incineration or deep burial. Red. So under red, so here either plastic bag or a contaminated container you can use for this. Red means it is a infectious waste and all, you comes under red. Category 3, 6, 7 autoclaving or chemical treatment. Next is blue or white or translucent. So puncture proof container, category 4 and category 7 comes under this category. Same autoclave, microwave, chemical treatment, shredding, microwaving, everything you can do. Black plastic bag, that is category 5, 9, 10. Disposal in secured landfill, you have to dispose it. So red is contaminated, so you have to be very cautious with the red. So these are the various bins which are maintained in biomedical waste management. Just have a look into these bins. Role of nurse in biomedical waste management. It's our role which plays a very important role in maintaining biomedical waste management. Regular visit to all wards and high risk units. Ensure that samples, that is blood, stool, urine, etc. are collected and disposed safely. Monitoring and supervising the staff whether they are doing a safe disposal of waste or color coded containers. Prevention of hospital acquired infection by following standard universal precautions like gowning, gloving, etc. PPE kits like that and all. Use personal protective equipments, PPE equipments while handling waste materials which are potentially hazardous or hazardous. Avoid needle stick injuries, and if at all any needle stick injury, report it immediately. Collect waste when the bin is 3/4 full. Don't make it fully full so that a spilling can occur. Then avoid using common lift to move waste. So you have to use a separate lift when you are carrying this biomedical waste thing and all. Avoid spillage. Clean spills with a disinfectant immediately. Never overload bins used for storing biomedical waste. General waste to be put in a blank container, and precautions taken during biomedical waste management. Display the biohazardous symbol and the type of waste to be put in each container as per schedule. Never transfer shops directly from person to person. So when you are giving from person to person, it may prick to other person. So don't directly transfer the thing, sharp thing. Do not inhale chemicals directly. Use always mask. So role of nurse in biomedical waste management: use personal protective equipments like aprons, goggles, gloves, and helmets, all these things. So waste less and recycle more, and be very precautious when you are handling the biomedical waste management. Hope this video gives a detailed explanation about biomedical waste management. If you like my video, please give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel. My previous videos link I have given in description box, suggested end card and icon, or you can watch our channel playlist for more nursing related videos as well as videos related to intermediate subjects. Thank you friends. Keep supporting to Science Easy Tech channel.